No, I want to chop that kid's head off.
Why? You just don't like him? Like it rubs off the wrong way, or?
He's a phony.
Yeah.
He's a phony. I don't like phonies. That's simple as that. I just don't like phonies.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, I keep it real with everybody, and he a phony.
Bring on Broly. You know, he's part of PBC. We already ran it once with PBC. I need to get my get back. So I'm going to beat Broly. And we're going to have that. I just pray to God, try to see where he was guiding me.
Romero issues a brutal warning to Ryan Garcia, threatening to take his head off in their upcoming showdown. However, Devin Haney is still prioritizing his rematch with Ryan Garcia, expressing strong enthusiasm about the potential for the fight. He stated that it was something he felt was essential due to the unresolved issues from their previous encounter. Haney emphasized that the rematch was inevitable and was pleased to see both sides eager to make it happen. He added that he was happy his opponent also shared the desire to see the fight take place.
I mean, it feels great because at the end of the day, that's a priority for me. There's a lot of unfinished business in that fight. So that's a fight that I think that has to happen sooner or later. And so I'm happy that he wants to make that fight happen. He wants to see that fight, and yeah.
Devin Haney's father, Bill Haney, confronted Ryan Garcia directly, accusing him of dodging the fight. He pointed out Garcia's reluctance, saying he came out there for nothing and was avoiding the confrontation. Haney made it clear that Garcia was ducking the fight and tried to call him out for staying quiet about it.
Is this it? There you go, ducking. I see you, Lupe. I see you, Lupe. I see you, Lupe. Yeah, I know I see him trying to duck around there. Came all out here for nothing, huh? You ducking it, huh? Lupe, you done ducked it, huh? Yeah, you done ducked it. Yeah, y'all done ducked it. Stay quiet.
Moreover, Ryan Garcia shared what Canelo Alvarez told him, saying that Canelo assured him the fight would be easy work and that he would beat Devin Haney again. Garcia also mentioned his interaction with Turki Alalshikh, describing him as a hilarious character. Garcia explained that Turki had a lot of creative ideas and wanted him to be a part of a bigger vision aiming to blow things up. He expressed excitement about working with Turki and the amazing ideas he brought to the table.
What did Canelo tell you when you got
He just told me that it's easy work. I'm gonna beat 0311. Beat Devin again. So that's what he said.
What does Turki tell you? Because you had a picture the next day.
Turki is hilarious, man. That dude is a character, and he wanted me to beat up Haney. You know, he wants me to beat up Haney. You got the key? And he just wants me to do a bunch of things. He wants to blow this all up. He has a lot of amazing ideas, and it's really cool working with him.
Sean Porter discussed the importance of rematches, emphasizing that fighters learn from their mistakes and quickly recognize what went wrong after the first fight. He believes that after analyzing the previous bout, both fighters will have the opportunity to correct their errors. Porter expressed confidence that Devin Haney will win the rematch, stating that it's a fight both fighters truly need. He reiterated that a rematch would be beneficial for both, allowing them to make adjustments and show their growth in the ring.
That's what you do with rematches. You find everything you did wrong. You know it instantly after the fight's over. You come back and you right those wrongs. I do believe that it's a rematch that he will win. I think we've talked about this time and time again. I think it's a rematch that both guys really need to have.
Oscar De La Hoya, who promotes Ryan Garcia, gave his take on a possible rematch with Devin Haney. He stated that based on Garcia's previous performance against Haney, there wasn't an urgent need for an immediate rematch, as Garcia had handled him well. De La Hoya suggested that once Garcia returns and finds his rhythm, perhaps after a tune-up fight later in the spring, he would prefer to match him with top contenders like Teofimo Lopez or Boots Ennis. While acknowledging that Haney still wanted a rematch, De La Hoya didn't seem to prioritize it at this stage.
The way Ryan Garcia handled Devin Haney, to me personally, doesn't call for a rematch. Once Ryan gets back in action, once Ryan gets back in rhythm, and maybe has a tune-up fight, possibly in late April or maybe early May, then I want to throw him in there with the very best. And I'm thinking top of my head, Teofimo Lopez or even Boots Ennis or whoever the very best is. And you know, I mean, we still have Devin Haney who is you know, wanting that rematch against Ryan Garcia. The way Ryan Garcia handled Devin Haney, to me personally, doesn't call for a rematch, but who knows, the back and forth is pretty intense.
Showbiz the Adult broke down the previous fight between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, recalling that Garcia knocked his opponent down multiple times but still faced challenges. He pointed out that Garcia should not have had a point deducted, describing that as ridiculous. He noted that during the rounds Garcia lost, he wasn't throwing punches and seemed out of shape, which was the worst he'd seen him perform. However, when Garcia found his rhythm and started fighting, his left hook was a key weapon, and that's when Showbiz recognized it was a difficult matchup for Haney.
I remember the fight vividly. Ryan knocked that guy down about 5 times. Okay, that's 1. 2, he shouldn't even had a point deduction. That was ridiculous. And in that fight, the rounds that Ryan Garcia lost, he wasn't even punching. He was out of shape. That was the worst I've ever seen him look. And every time Ryan got a second win, anytime he just decided to fight, like, all right, let's go, bam, bam, through his hands, he dropped it. That's when I knew it was a matchup problem.
Showbiz also mentioned that Garcia seemed nervous at first, but once he threw the left hook, his confidence grew. Garcia's excitement after the fight showed he knew he was the better fighter at that moment. Showbiz pointed out that Haney, realizing he couldn't rely on his usual tactics, would need to add new strategies and be more cautious in a rematch.
Ryan Garcia looked nervous until he threw the left hook. Ryan knew that he wasn't prepared for that fight. When he jumped and hopped over him, he was as excited and shocked as everybody else. Whoa! And he jumped back. It's like, yo, I'm just better than him. And that's when you knew, okay, Haney, you got to train to run. Victory defeated you. Things you were able to get away with against these other guys, you can't with Ryan. He just physically, he can match you physically. So now you got to add an extra wrinkle and you got to be safe.
Lamont Roach, when speaking about Ryan Garcia, made it clear that he had little interest in him. Roach suggested that Ryan had been on performance-enhancing drugs during their first fight and added that he didn't care much about Garcia. Roach's primary concern was Devin Haney's comeback, and he expressed hope that Haney would return stronger.
I don't know. But the first fight, Ryan was on PD, so I don't really care too much for him. He's, personally, I don't care too much for Ryan. He a racist. He take performance enhancement drugs, so I could give a fuck less about Ryan. I hope Devin Haney win. I hope he, I hope he really do get that back. But other than that, I don't really care too much about Ryan.
However, Ryan is set to face Rolly Romero in his upcoming fight. Years later, they both considered fighting as proteges of longtime rivals Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather. Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero finally crossed paths. Romero, fresh off his loss to Isaac Cruz, bounced back with a unanimous decision win over Manuel Jaimes in September. He kept himself active in the gym in Las Vegas, staying ready for whatever challenge came his way next. Ryan Garcia expressed confidence about facing Rolly Romero, stating that he was ready for the challenge after their previous association with PBC. He reflected on how he hadn't gotten his rematch yet and was eager to make it happen. Garcia shared that he felt guided by his faith, believing that God led him to Dallas. He described the bond with his team as feeling like family, which kept him motivated to train hard every day. Garcia admitted that he didn't expect things to unfold this way, but he was grateful for the opportunity and the progress he was making. He was determined to continue improving and pushing forward.
Bring on Rolly. He's part of PBC. We already ran it once with PBC. I need to get my get back. So I'm going to beat Rolly. And we're going to have that. I just pray to God, try to see where he was guiding me. And he just led me to Dallas, led me to Derek. And I pursued it. And I'm here now and I feel good. I feel, like it's like his family, like it's a bond. So I'm hungry, man. That's why I'm here every day training. I didn't even know this was happening, but I came to train with Derek. And like I said, it's a blessing. Happy to be part of the team. I'm improving, getting better.
On the other hand, Rolly Romero was asked about the tension with Ryan Garcia, and he made it clear that it's not just about wanting to get ahead. He said he wants to chop that kid's head off because he doesn't like Garcia as a person. Romero described Garcia as a phony, stating that he doesn't like people who pretend to be something they're not. Romero explained that he always keeps it real with others, but he feels Garcia is fake, and that's what bothers him the most. For Romero, it's not just about boxing, it's about standing up against what he sees as dishonesty.
The Ryan situation, I see that's the most tension. Is there real beef there, or is it just you want to get ahead and you see him as a guy that you sparred a lot and you feel you should be in that position?
No, I want to chop that kid's head off.
Why? You just don't like him? Like it rubs off the wrong way, or?
He's a phony.
Yeah.
He's a phony. I don't like phonies. That's simple as that. I just don't like phonies.
Yeah.
So, I keep it real with everybody, and he a phony.
Romero shared that his negative view of Garcia comes from their sparring sessions and other things he has heard about him. He believes Garcia is a phony and a coward. Romero feels strongly that Garcia's actions have proven this to him. He went on to say that his dislike isn't based just on their past interactions in the ring, but also on what he has learned from others. For Romero, this goes beyond competition. It's about calling out what he sees as fake behavior.
What gives you that impression?
Express it.
Yeah.
From what I seen when I sparred him and from what I've heard elsewhere, he's a phony. Yeah. He's a coward.
As far back as a year ago, Romero discussed the possibility of facing Ryan Garcia in the ring. Romero emphasized that the fight would be a pay-per-view spectacle on Showtime. With strong belief in his skills, he confidently stated that, in the end, he would be the one holding the championship belt and calling the shots.
The only fight I care about right now is Ryan Garcia. And then the winner between that and me and Ryan gets Gervonta Davis. We're going to do this all on pay-per-view, on Showtime pay-per-view. We're going to do this, all right? Like I said, at the end of it, I got the belt. I make the shots.
As Ryan prepares for his upcoming fight against Romero, Devin Haney still eyes for his rematch against Ryan Garcia, as he thinks Ryan cheated during their first encounter. Moreover, Jose Benavidez Sr. shared his thoughts on the potential rematch between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. He acknowledged that both fighters are exciting, skilled, and young, which adds to the intrigue of the matchup. Reflecting on their previous fight, Benavidez admitted that he expected Haney to win, just like many others. However, the outcome was a surprise to him as he realized that anything can happen in the ring. He pointed out that you can never underestimate an opponent, and despite the hype or trash talk, fighters still train hard and are prepared for anything. Benavidez expressed his confusion over the result.
That's great, you know, both of these guys are exciting fighters, good fighters, young fighters, and there was a lot of drama on that last fight. To be honest, I thought Haney was going to win that fight, to be honest, with all that.
Everybody did, really.
Everything, yeah, it was a big surprise, you know. But anything can happen. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, this is what happens. You can never underestimate your opponent, and whatever people do or whatever, maybe it's a lie, you know. And they are training hard, you know. I was just very confused with that fight, you know, and I couldn't believe it like everybody else, like the fight that happened with Munguia and Taras. Man, I was in shock, you know. But at the end of the day, this is boxing. When you go inside the ring, you never know. You know, you put your guard down a little bit and, you know, you don't see that shot coming.
When asked about the rematch, Benavidez believed it would be a highly competitive fight, possibly even a 50-50 battle. While he initially favored Haney, he now saw the matchup differently. He admitted that after seeing how Garcia performed, the fight was much more evenly matched than he had originally thought. Benavidez's breakdown suggested that both fighters would have their strengths in the rematch, making it hard to predict a clear winner, but he felt it would be an interesting and close contest.
Who do you think would win the rematch if you had to give the edge?
You know what, now it's going to be a very interesting fight. It's going to be maybe a 50-50 fight. Like I said, you know, I was going for Devin Haney. I didn't give Garcia an opportunity to win, but now, to me, it's a 50-50 fight.
Greg Hackett shared his thoughts on how the rematch between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia will play out. He emphasized that Ryan will need to be the aggressor, actively pursuing Haney instead of meeting him in the middle. Hackett stressed that trying to prove toughness by standing in the center of the ring would be foolish, as every fighter in the game is tough. Instead, the key to winning will be who comes in with the better game plan and sharper skills on the night of the fight. Hackett believes it will come down to strategy and execution.
I think we see Dev box this fight. I mean, we see Ryan have to look for the seek and destroy it. He'll have to go get Dev in this fight. I don't think Dev will meet him in the middle. I think it'd be foolish to do that, to try to prove that you're tough. You don't got to do that. You already know you're tough. Everybody in the game is tough. Smart men win stuff. So whoever come with the better game plan, whoever's sharper that night, that's who win that fight.
Hackett also touched on their past encounters, pointing out that in their amateur days, they were evenly matched with a 3-3 record. He suggested that both fighters have strengths that can challenge each other. Despite any outside talk, Hackett sees the rematch as a great, entertaining fight. He believes neither fighter has lost any of their edge, making it a highly anticipated and competitive matchup.
I think, because this is the thing. We could talk about the PEDs. I don't want to do that, right? Let's talk about them in the amateurs. They still was 3-3 versus each other. Facts. So that means I got something for you and you got something for me. You know what I'm saying? They got to think. Now, it would have been Ryan up one, but I mean, shit got stupid. I still think that's an even matchup. Still a great fight. You know what I mean? Still entertaining. know what I mean? Haney ain't lose a step as far as the haters, and Ryan ain't lose a step as far as his supporters. You know what I'm saying? So it's still gonna be a great fight.
Regis Prograis shared his thoughts on a potential rematch between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, expressing doubts about Haney's chances of winning. Prograis mentioned that despite any claims made by Haney's camp or Bill Haney, the mental aspect of the fight would be hard to shake. He pointed out that Haney had been dropped 3 times and dominated by Ryan, which would always linger in his mind. While acknowledging that Haney had some issues with performance-enhancing drugs, Prograis stressed that Haney's loss to Ryan still stands, regardless of those allegations.
I'm not gonna say he's shot. I don't think that. But I don't think he could beat Ryan. I don't think he's gonna beat Ryan. I think mentally he knows, because he got beat. He got dropped 3 times. He got his ass whooped by Ryan, and that's always gonna be in his head. No matter what they put out there, no matter what Bill says, that's always gonna be in the back of his mind. Like, damn, you know, he really beat me. You know, and no matter what they say about the steroids and all that type of shit, you know, you can say what you want, bro, but at the end of the day, he still lost. You know, now, yeah, it was wrong. He was using something he wasn't supposed to, but how much did that really count? You know, so I don't think Devin will be able to beat Ryan. But if he fights somebody else, I don't know. You know, we just have to see. We'll see what happens next. I don't think they are, and I don't think they should fight Ryan again next. I think they should do something like a tune-up, something easier, and just see, you know, see how he does, and then go from there. And I don't think they are going to do that.
Prograis further explained that while a rematch would be a huge financial opportunity, he didn't believe it would be the best move for Haney's career. He suggested that Haney should take a tune-up fight first to test himself before jumping back into a rematch with Ryan. Prograis emphasized the importance of weighing the risk versus reward and seeing how Haney performs in his next fight before deciding on the future matchup.
I think that, you know, I think they are smart, unless the only way they would probably do that is if they trying to cash out, get a big crazy amount of money, which I think a rematch with them with Ryan would be a big ass amount of money, so they probably would do that. But I don't think that, you know, for his career wise, I don't think he should fight Ryan next. I think he should try something else and then fight him. So, you know, it all depends on the risk versus reward type of thing. So I don't know, bro. We'll see what happens with it. We just got to see how he looks in his next fight, if it's with Ryan or not with Ryan. But I know it's a big fight with Ryan, so maybe.
Mikey Garcia suggested that Devin Haney should let go of the ongoing allegations and concentrate on getting back into the ring. He felt Haney should have already either fought or set a fight date to demonstrate his ability to bounce back. Garcia pointed out that while the controversy surrounding Haney's fight with Ryan Garcia would remain in the public eye, it would ultimately fade if Haney didn't move forward. He encouraged Haney to return to the ring, secure a victory, and then look ahead to bigger matchups, including a possible rematch or fights with names like Tank Davis. Garcia also stressed that continuing legal battles wouldn't benefit Haney's career.
I think Devin Haney should just drop all this allegations and get back in the ring. He should have already fought by now or had scheduled something and show everybody that he can come back. You know, he had the fight with Ryan early in the year, and due to certain circumstances, it's as if the fight never happened. The fans will remember, the fans and the analysts will remember what happened, but on record, it's as if it didn't happen. So get back in the ring, come back, get another victory, and then move on to bigger fights, and maybe rematch if you really are upset. Yeah. Take a rematch, or call for the rematch, or fight someone else. Yeah. Maybe you call for a Tank fight, or, you know, someone else like that. Yeah. Stop with the legalities and move on. Yeah. I think getting into these legalities don't seem good for you, for his career.
Mikey Garcia also weighed in on Ryan Garcia's decision to pursue exhibition bouts during his suspension. He believed it was important for Ryan to focus on training and preparing for a legitimate professional fight right after his suspension ended, rather than chasing money through exhibition. Garcia argued that Ryan should stop the theatrics and focus on securing a real fight against a world champion. He emphasized that pursuing the matchups fans genuinely wanted to see would be more respected than engaging in exhibitions with less notable opponents.
Now Ryan is obviously suspended for a time, and he's trying to maybe do this exhibition match or whatever. I'd say, you know what, I'd say hold out, forget it, wait for your time, and go and get back in the ring as soon as you can in a real match.
Is this Ryan you're talking about?
Ryan, yes, Ryan. Start working out again, train, and prepare yourself. Schedule a fight the day after the suspension. You know, try to schedule a fight so that the day after suspension you're back in the ring in a real boxing match. Doing all this theatrics and you know, exhibition or whatever, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. I doubt that you're doing it for the money. I don't think he's doing it for the money. He's made a lot of money. He's making a lot of money. I think he should just get back in the ring, train, find a opponent or a champion that you can fight on your first fight back, and move on. Let's go. Because he's got it. He's got the size for it. He's got the skill, the strength, the power. So forget about these exhibitions, bro. You're not retired. You don't need to be doing that. You know, you could be fighting, you know, world champions.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's more respectable, more admirable, more respected if you do fight the fights that we want to see as fight fans. More than an exhibition against, I don't even know who, you know?
Shakur Stevenson was asked about Devin Haney's return in March, and although he didn't seem overly enthusiastic, he showed interest in seeing how Haney would recover from his challenging experience. Stevenson acknowledged Haney's mental resilience, stating that Haney could potentially win a rematch with Ryan Garcia, but it all depended on how Haney would feel after his return, whether he would be the same fighter or not.
We spoke to Devin Haney as well on Fight Hub yesterday, and he mentioned how he's going to be back in March. Are you excited to see him back as someone in and around your division to be back fighting healthy again?
I think excited is like a strong word, but I'm interested. I want to see how he handles that traumatic experience that he went through and see how he bounced back from it. So, yeah.
Do you think he wins a rematch against Ryan Garcia? How do you think that fight would play out if they were to fight again with obviously no drugs involved this time?
I know he's strong mentally, so he can win for sure, but it all depends on how he's feeling after he gets back. Is he the same fighter?
When asked about Ryan Garcia's choice to focus on exhibition matches, Stevenson agreed it could be a smart financial move for Garcia. However, he warned Garcia to steer clear of any dishonest actions. Stevenson noted Garcia's talent, but emphasized the importance of integrity in his career.
Yeah, it is. He got to make money somehow, so yeah, but tell him stop cheating. Don't cheat, man. Don't cheat. Just Ryan, too. Like, I think Ryan's a hell of a fighter, but yeah, I think he should make sure he don't cheat.
What are your thoughts on this? Share your thoughts in the comments section and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.